Well, guys, you wanted to know the truth, so here it is. And I'm not going to leave anything out. This is my side, my truth, and my story of what I've went through. And I'm allowed to speak up and say what I have to say because it's right and it's happened. And I've been through it and I was broken. And now I am so happy to get out of the situation that I was in with him. So let me go ahead and break down everything that I have to say because clearly it's a lot. So the reason why I'm saying this story is because if you've ever been in a marriage or a relationship and the other person always plays a victim and is a narcissist and makes everything on you and your fault, then this is why I'm saying my story, because I'm a strong woman and I've been through so much, and especially with this person, that I'm not holding back anymore. And that's why I'm here today to say what I've got to say. So let's just get into it about him not seeing our child. October 27th is when he left. Law enforcement was called. I will say what happened in details because I'm not going to hold back. October 30th, he wanted to see Waylon. He messaged me and we met at Dollar General nearby. And he's seen him for 10 minutes. We went on about our day, did not speak, nothing said to each other. October 31st, he contacted me and said, "Can I see him? And it's my father's birthday." And I told him the day before in text message, I already have plans with him for trick-or-treating, but you can go with us if you want. And he became upset with me, cussed me, involved his family, involved his friends in the situation when it was just between me and him and our child. November 2nd, I texted him around 3 o'clock and asked if he wanted to see Waylon. He said, "I can't because I'm drinking." So I didn't bother with it. November 3rd, 9 a.m., I asked if he wanted to see Waylon, and he said that he had things to do, but that he could still see him for about 2 hours. So he told me to wake up Waylon. So I woke up Waylon, even though our child is very mad when you wake him up. I still done it because I wanted him to see his father. So I met him at the Dollar General nearby, and he seen him and began 30 minutes into the visit, he contacts me and says, "He's fussy and crying. Can you come pick him up?" So I text back and I said, "No, you're his father. You're going to take care of him and you're going to see him like you want." November the 3rd, during the pickup, I gave Noah $100 in cash that day because he asked for it. Then November 7th, he picked up Waylon from his mom's house around 2 o'clock, kept him until 5 the next morning, and repeatedly kept calling me and texting me throughout the night saying Waylon could not sleep. This is when I was going to Georgia and had to turn around again, had to turn around after a 3-hour drive to come back home because he could not get our child to sleep. Again, you're his father. I feel like you should figure it out. So then he started texting me, accusing me of being with somebody and screwing other people and all that when I was on the way to Georgia. So then he got a friend to text me a long paragraph, and she cussed me out for everything that I was worth about being a terrible mother, when, keep in mind, this was my first time leaving Waylon with him at night. Because our child would only sleep in a crib and he had a pack and play. Well, anyway, I returned home and I told him, because he was in my bed because he came to our house, or my house now. He was in our bed asleep, and I told him to get out of my house because he called me a deadbeat mother and cussed me out for everything that I was worth while I was on the way to Georgia. So that day, I sent him $150 through Zelle, and then he later asked me for another $40, which I refused because I have been paying all the bills, and for our child because he left. November the 9th, he asked if he could come get the rest of his belongings. I put them all outside nicely and took a picture, put them beside the porch, and I left, and he came and got them. November the 10th, 10 a.m., he asked if he could see Waylon the following day and stated that he was sick. I told him no because I did not want Waylon to get sick. Then later that day, he asked me for another $40, and I said no. November the 11th, I took Waylon to his mother's house, and he came to see Waylon for 30 minutes. November the 13th, he asked if he could see Waylon, and I met him at Dollar General at 4:40. During the exchange, he asked me for another $100, and I sent it through PayPal and have proof of that. After receiving the money, he texted me repeatedly saying that his account was negative $8,000 due to taxes. And then asked me for a $200 more when I said no. If you guys can pick up the cycle, it's because every time he sees our child, he thinks I got to pay him. But it's our child. Okay? I refused and said that I've already given him enough. November the 16th, he asked to see Waylon at Dollar General. I met him at 4:45 and met him to pick him at 9:30. And then again, he asked me for another $100. And I said no. November the 19th, he asked if he could see Waylon and asked for another $100 because of gas. And I gave it to him. November the 29th, he asked if he could have Waylon for his family get-together, and I met him at his mom's house, and he had him from 2 to 8:30 p.m. So, have I kept our child from him? Absolutely not. But do I think that he only gets him when it's convenient for him? Absolutely. But hey, that's fine. I'm here for my baby, and I will still be here for my child no matter what. Because I'm not drinking, I'm not on anything. If you're catching what I'm trying to say, I don't have the issue here. And it's sad because I cannot co-parent with this man at all right now. It's every conversation, every text message. It's always my fault through anything that we talk about, or if it's money or his truck payment right now that's a month late and he's blaming me for it. He blames me for losing his birth certificate, his social security card, blames me for all of him not having money. The list just keeps going on, but who's here looking after our child? Who is here taking care of all the bills? Who is here doing it all? Me. So let's go ahead and get into the details of why he left. Back in March, you guys know that he had a surgery, and they had to go down there and open his thing up. And they said that it would cause issues with his levels and to look out for it. Well, that was back in March. Well, a couple of months ago, he came to me and he said, Allie, I'm feeling very depressed about myself. I don't know what to do. I feel like I have low energy. I feel like I just don't want to be here no more. So I said, go to the doctor and get some help. Like, if you do not love yourself and you're feeling depressed and all these things, then you need to go get help. Well, he didn't go get help. So what am I supposed to do when I've told you to go and you don't go? Clearly this is going to be a part 2, but what I'm trying to say is after the surgery, we began to fight a lot more. I noticed I could look at him after he would tell me that he told me that something was wrong with him. I could look him in the eyes and know that he was a different person and that he was not the person that I married or met. And that concerned me. I would sit here and think about 24/7. I would try to get him to go to the doctor about it. And every time I would try to communicate or we would have an argument, I would try to sit down and talk to him, and he would not. When you are married, you have to sit down and talk, and he won't. So I told him, look, if you're wanting a divorce or you don't want to be together anymore, then just say that and we can go our separate ways. Or if you don't, then we can go get marriage counseling. You can get counseling. I can get counseling, whatever. But did that happen? Absolutely not. Clearly this is going to be part 2.